would be yeah, it is said very much that you should try to keep your conversations casual and just try to have conversations like you would with a friend. But I've heard some mixed advice on this. Some say do that. Others say that um, when you don't have a lot of experience, you should start with a script. You should
Mhm.
practice with the script and then go through that in the conversations. And then when you get very comfortable, that's when you start, trying to be more casual. So how would you mix both of these things?
Oh, I love the conversation of scripts. Um, because it's so debatable. Okay. So when I first started sales and I went through Dan Locke's high ticket closing course, and that was in 2019. And one of the assignments was create a script. I couldn't create a script to save my life. I was like, it took me I never did it. Let's just be fair. I never did it. It took me looking at other people's stuff. It took me figuring things out. And the idea behind a script is so you have an outline of where you're going,
Hmm.
but people don't understand what a script means because when I think of script, it could be different than what you think. When I think of a script, I think of a TV script, like for a TV show. He said, she said, he said, she said. That's it, right?
Hmm.
Well, my analytical brain was like, how can I predict the unpredictable? I don't know how they're going to respond. So then I started creating a flow chart that just like grew and grew like a freaking uh what was it, a ancestral tree. And I was like, well, this is not helpful at all to figure this out.
Hmm.
So I was like, there's gotta be a better way. People are doing it, right? People are doing it to create actual scripts. Some of them create summaries, some of them do a lot of different things. And so over time, I fought with this a lot because I was just like, I love the idea, but I don't know how to do the idea. So what I ended up doing was, I think this was a couple months in. I think it was like 2 or 3 months into closing with Dan that I actually figured out there are only four categories people can fall in. And if I can prepare for the four categories, I'm golden. I'm like, okay,
Hmm.
we're good. So the four categories, and these are categories for the needs specifically, it's family, time, money, other. Now, the people in the other, I hate them. They are so unpredictable. And these are the people that are like, I just want to do something in my spare time.
Okay.
I'm like, I hate you. I can't do anything with this. Okay. Now, some people can, right? You could still build from it. Probably more futuristic as far as that, like, okay, well, what does it look like in the future if you're doing this? Blah, blah, blah. So I handled the three. I handled three. And I was able to create a list of questions for each category to figure the questions were not specifically of after you know it, but before you know it. Questions that'll lead you to know it's a family, it's a time, or a money.
Hmm.
And then the problem I ran into is they'll overlap each other because it'll start with family, but I need more time to spend with the family. And then if I have that, but then I still want to make sure I get the money, right? So it's like, okay, oh my God, how am I going to do this? Okay, screw it. I'm not doing it. I was like, I can't do this. So then what I did is I changed my approach. I was like, okay, I need Bant. I actually do this for every role play, including yours for your interview. I will write down on the sheet specifically Bant. Oh, you can't see it. I will write Bant on the side and I'll go check, check X, or I think yours had just like over the whole thing. But to be like, okay, did we get it? Did we actually get it? And so I would have this out and I would listen intently to the conversation. That's important, listening intentionally. And so I wouldn't have a script. I already practiced some of the questions that I could use, but now all I had is
Hmm.
this card that had bam. So I would write down which one each one was. That's why my desk was full of paper. Um, so then I would ask one question, listen, And at first, I would get stuck because I'm like, okay, now what? And I would get through it. But then when I observed normal conversation and how I was doing it in setting, I realized the biggest difference is when I'm trying to make a point with somebody, I use their words in my reply. And I'm like, well, shoot, I don't do that when I'm setting. Why not? So then I'm like, okay, let's try it again. So I did that, and then I started using their terms. I work 9 to 5. What do you do for a 9 to 5? I do customer service. How long have you done customer service? I've done it for 6 years. How have you felt about the 6 years? Oh, well, I hate it. Well, why do you hate it? So each one, there's a little context from the prior sentence coming into it. And then I noticed how it's flowing the conversation. And I'm like, oh, here's that nice little connection, the nice little link between
Mhm.
the beginning and the end. And then I was able to then find out, okay, well, if I'm going to go from here, how do I get from here to here? And it's like, what's that link? And then it came a different question. And when you
Uh,
know I want to get Bant, you know, okay, roughly these are the questions I want to typically ask, and then you can string them together.